a sort of a subset of that? Those weren't two separate recommendations. You were saying partner with Gaviota Tourism and then.
And also with Starwood. So those are two separate entities. Gaviota is owned by Alberto Rodriguez.
Right.
And they have the Via rental service, which we feel that you could create a joint venture with Gaviota and then rebrand that Via as one of the Alamo brands or national.
Okay.
And then with the Starwood, you guys are already part of the global travel and tourism partnerships. So they're going to be the first U.S. hospitality industry within Cuban borders. So we'd like you guys to utilize that partnership that you guys already have.
But conceptually, we could do that with the Alamo brand as we establish it with the one with Gaviota, and we could open Starwood. Is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry, can you?
I'm trying to understand if you're suggesting two possible modes of entry or a single mode that's leveraging both. So one mode is partner with Gaviota and Alamo brand, and a second separate idea is to pursue Starwood.
Yeah,
Utilize the partnership with Starwood that already exists.
Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you.
Did you look at any risk in your plan of just general policy changes, regulations, new elections in the U.S., anything like that?
One of our biggest problems dealing with the political issues is it's highly volatile, and even more so trying to get any information from Cuba. There's unfortunately very little political information, so we're really kind of left up to the chance there. We understand that the U.S. is working towards kind of bringing that down. We understand that there are some elements that could possibly come into office that may turn that down. But again, that's why we say, in 17 would be a better year to go looking at it because we'll have a better grasp on what's really going to be happening politically.
One thing on what she just brought up, with U.S. opening the embassy there or something like that, and you're intending to kick off in 2017, would you engage with offices in the embassy as far as dealing with the political situation?
Absolutely. Because there isn't much public information about Cuba, you absolutely want to go through the embassy. I believe that's probably one of your best routes to obtain the visa. There's a very specific visa that you have to obtain to even look at doing business, and that's in addition to actually obtaining a separate visa to do business. So during that preliminary aspect, you'd have to obtain that visa in the first place to even gain entry to the country to begin searching your markets.
Just as an observation, the embassy also has commerce offices.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
they'll have political.
We didn't really look at that view, but that's absolutely an excellent way to go.
Do any cost projections?
We did not come up with any concrete numbers. That's where we kind of put the analysis of how we're going to affect the GDP in Cuba within the market.
In terms of partnering with or you're suggesting a joint venture model with Gaviota, is that correct?
Yes.
So how would there be an investment from Enterprise Holdings into their business, or how would that joint venture be structured? Any thoughts about that?
Enterprise will probably end up being the financial backing for Gaviota, and we're going to let them do a lot of the different things in Cuba because, for instance, we can't even hire our own employees within Cuba, so we're really going to have to rely on them and their culture to be able to expand within the country. So we thought that that was the best way to enter the market.
Does your point of view on taking her question? Does your point of view change on entering Cuba if the barriers end up not coming down and U.S. tourism doesn't start to flow into Cuba?
I would be very surprised if that was the case with all of the things we did find about the tourism expanding into Cuba, but if that was the case, we would definitely think in a different manner about getting into Cuba.
Yeah, I guess kind of the same question. You're basically focused on tourism, right? You don't see another market, another push for business travel.
Not for rental cars.
Unfortunately, it's a unique situation. There is a company, the TrueServe. They have really cornered the market as far as business, more luxury line vehicles, as well as chauffeurs, limousines, services. And as we said, the geisha has 80% of commerce pretty much locked up. So they have stake in that company as well. And I don't think they would appreciate if Enterprise was to go down there and try to take their market share away. So really what we're trying to focus on is more of loss aversion of tourism. You know, people come in as tourists and they see the local place, but they don't really know what it is. But they do know Alamo and National Brand. So they would be more likely to rent a car instead of going, maybe I'll just take a taxi instead, because they don't really understand what that rental car is that already exists there.
Does Cuba drive on the right side of the road?
Depends on what country you're in.
So I guess I'm a little unsettled. I don't, a discussion about VIA is well thought of.
They are, one of the reasons we really look at them is their mission statement really kind of models Enterprise. They're about really customer service, trying to bring a good value. That they don't have near the market share as the major competitor. So they're a little bit of an underdog, but they are well received.
The key point where I'm tossing and turning my mind is rebranding them. I don't know what the right answer is, but you guys talk about whether you should keep them and go ahead and open up Alamo national offices as well, or try to build them up more as VIA. I'm not trying to write, I'm just curious what you thought.
No, we went for rebranding on the aspect of bringing in the tourism because VIA is not known internationally. But like as we said, Alamo and National are. That's really what we're trying to bring in is, you know, when people come in, they see that brand, they recognize it from their home country or maybe other countries that they've traveled to. So they're more likely to gravitate toward that brand recognition.
So I'm also curious, understanding Geisha has luck on business travel, or the driver operated vehicles and all this stuff like that. But we're talking also, you know, when business does expand,